It's too dark for me. Oh, God. Now, hey, y'all. What's going on? It's Monday. How is everybody? Woo. Let's see what y'all talk about in these comments today. Let's go, y'all. Let me get some good light. Hold on. Ooh. Alrighty, y'all. Happy Monday. I'm getting myself situated so I can take y'all questions and all that good stuff. Ooh. Excuse me, y'all. Sorry. All right. Well, happy Monday to everybody. I hope everybody is doing great. Let me know if you guys can hear me. How you doing, Keisha? So I want to make sure you guys can hear me before I start. Tell you guys what is going on. Let me get my notes real quick. All right. Okay, good. Thank you. All right. So again, happy Monday. It is almost the 1st of December. We are getting down to the end, y'all. So if y'all are not preparing for what is coming up in the upcoming tax season, if y'all not preparing for what y'all have to do with the government, then some of y'all are going to be looking ugly. So this is just me giving y'all my the rundown so that y'all know what to expect. So let me see what y'all saying. Anything with student loan forgiveness yet? Finally got my email. Congratulations, boss baby dog. Congratulations. I'm so glad. So for those of you guys who are just tuning in, I just wanted you guys to understand that there is a difference between the email that you guys got from Joe Biden and the email. Well, actually, there was no email. So the email that I'm talking about, where people got their loans discharged, that is different than the Joe Biden email. Hey, baby girl. So make sure you guys know the difference. Please do not assume that because you got that email from Joe Biden saying that there is no student loan discharge, that is meaning that it's done. His discharge is done, but not all discharges are over. All right. So let me just run down everything really quick. And again, you guys can drop your questions anytime that you have one. Okay. So let me go. All right. So if you guys have not already made your SBA EIDL loan payments, they are due. Okay. A lot of people got SBA EIDL money, but a lot of people have not made their first payment. So if you have it and you have not, please make your first payment, because the SBA is not sending out bills to you guys. So you're not going to know when your payment is due unless you're actively checking your emails. So please make sure that you are verifying that if you, that you have to make your payments, okay? Some of you guys' payments are already done and you haven't, so make sure you do. Hey, Kenneth, how are you? All right, medical bills. A lot of y'all have contacted me from last Monday to this Monday. What did they cut by 90%? Keisha, let me know. The SBA payments, because I didn't get no email about that, so let me know if that's true. Hey, Mandy, how you doing? All right. So if y'all got medical bills, let me let y'all know. Please make sure if you are considered to be low income. Oh, the EIDL payments. See, I have not gotten any emails on that, but thank you, sis. I am going to go and look that up, because I have been looking all night before I came online to see what was new, and I didn't see that. But thank you. I will make a video. Let me screenshot that. Okay. All right. So medical bills, just letting you guys know, if you consider yourself to be low income, please go and contact the billing office in the hospital from which you have a bill. Okay, if it's on your credit report saying that you owe and you know that you shouldn't have had to pay, or whatever that reason is, you low income, you don't want to pay, please go and ask to have those bills put on a sliding scale so that you can dismiss those bills. Thank you, Keisha. That's probably right in line with the student loan payment. So thank you for that. And I'll rehash that before the end of the show. So a lot of you are seeing medical bills on your credit reports. Y'all want them to come off. Well, the best and easiest way for them to come off is just to go to the hospital themselves and ask them to do the sliding scale. Okay, so a lot of y'all are missing out on that. So a lot of y'all, when I come on here on Monday, I rehash a lot of stuff each week because it's new people watching and y'all may not always catch on to that. So please make sure you do that. Okay. Let me see it. All right, so Keisha said, y'all, and Keisha be on point. Keisha says that the SBA has given us a 6-month extension on the EIDL payments. As soon as I get the news release from SBA, I will make a video to post that up. So that's good. You guys do not have to worry about putting out any money to pay your SBA. So this means basically you guys have until August with your student loans, because you guys know the student loans payments have been extended. Ooh, good. Thank you, Keisha. Hey, Nicola. So you're not going to have to pay anything on your student loans until August. So this means if you are one of those individuals that your loans are in collections, the chances of your student loans being taken is very slim. Okay, very, very slim. But I would tell you to always call your servicer, because in the fine print, they can always make changes. Okay. Just because it got extended doesn't necessarily mean that they agreed to extend and not to take your tax refunds, okay? If y'all did not know, the IRS is already saying that the tax refunds are going to be smaller next year. They're not going to be anywhere near like they were last year. So some of y'all need to get that out your heads, okay? Janice says, I haven't heard from the borrower's defense. Well, when did you put your thing in, Janice? And also you can call studentaid.gov to check to see the status of your application. Okay, so you definitely can call them and they will tell you. You didn't really miss any student loan information. Basically, student loans are still on hold until August is when you make your first payment. SBA payments are on hold. Well, you have a minimum. You have a minimum payment due of $25. They actually lowered everyone's, right, Keisha? For 6 months. So I'll make a video about that to put that up. And we talked about the medical bill. So we make sure that y'all are on that. It says the EID is not cut entirely. It's $25 or 10% of the payment amount. Thank you, Miss Boss. So, right, that's why I corrected myself, because I thought about it. I'm like, wait a minute, it's not a total loss, but you do make a minimum payment. That is really good, okay? So some of y'all, if y'all haven't already done that, y'all need to go and make those minimum payments, okay? It is very, very important. And you know what, Janice? I just got an email from SBA, and it did not say a thing. So I am making sure I'm going to go and get that verified by these folks. This is what I don't like. This type of stuff, this misinformation. This should be put out because it's very important. What about if you were approved? What about if you was approved, but the lawsuit thing? The lawsuit thing is the Joe Biden student loan discharge. That one doesn't matter. So that one is on hold. There's nothing that they can do about that. The only one that you can do is the borrower's defense, or if you have a Parent Plus loan, there are some ways that you can discharge that. So I'm going to get into that in a second. I know a lot of people have Parent Plus loans, and y'all asked me some ways. And with the Parent Plus loans, the only way they're letting you get out of those, if there is death of the student, if the student became ill, if a student became ill and they can no longer go to school, then the student and the parent can get out of that loan. You could do the borrower's defense to get forgiveness that way. You could do the public servants loan forgiveness. That's for anybody who's been a government employee for 10 years, also while making minimum payments and or having your account on forbearance. And you can do the closed school. And that's if your school closed down, but that will probably also fall under the borrower's defense. Okay. So they give you 1, 2, 3, 4, they give you 5 ways to get your Parent Plus loans taken care of. Probably doesn't help, but I'm gonna give y'all a sixth one, and it's called bankruptcy. Okay, Parent Plus loans can be discharged in bankruptcy, whereas they used to not be able to, but now they can. Okay, so please make sure y'all follow me if you haven't. I completely forgot about telling y'all to follow me. I never really do that, so thank you. Okay, Keisha, I'm gonna go look into the account for the red button. I will do. Thank you, ma'am. It says if the loan is under 200K, you can do the modification yourself online. I talked to the SBA today. Yes, but what modification? Are we modifying what? Are we doing a modification, Ms. Boss, to lower the payments? Or tell me what the modification is. And of course, I am going to make a video on my YouTube. All right, so before I get to my biggest thing I want to talk to you about, let me just let y'all know about these taxes really quick. Hey, Trash Girl, just to remind you guys, please know that you will be receiving some 1099s in the mail, okay? Please don't forget that the IRS is requiring anyone that you have gotten a transfer of funds to send you a 1099K, okay? If you got more, or you received, or you issued out more than $600, you and the individual that you sent the money to will receive a 1099K. And the reason that I am saying this is because you guys already know at the beginning of tax season, the IRS always makes you guys wait with the PATH Act. They make you wait until February sometime because they want to make sure there's no fraud. Okay, I would not be surprised if you miss some of those 1099s and you don't put them in. You are probably not going to get your refund. Okay, this is going to be the first year that this is happening, so this is going to be a big deal. So please make sure that you have your 1099Ks and you put them in. All right. So that means some of y'all, please do not rush to go and get you a cash advance from your tax refund because you haven't received all your stuff. If you mess around and you file too early, you are going to be one of those people that are going to be audited. That is not a threat. That is a promise. OK, so please wait until you have everything issued to you. And if you are unsure, if you're missing anything, you can log into your IRS portal. You have a website, you have a page on the IRS's website that lets you know everything that should be inputted on your taxes. Okay, they already know what you should have claimed. Now, they're going to wait for you not to put it in, but they already know. The IRS could basically do your taxes and send you your refund and or send you a bill to tell you what you owe. But they don't do it. Why? Because they work off the honor system. They try to see if you're going to tell the truth. Most of y'all be lying, okay? And so that is what, I just want y'all to be prepared because this is our last little month of having some fun because whatever you make on Cash App, you send it on whatever it is, it will be reported and you will have to count it. Okay. All right. Let me see what y'all saying. It's a hardship modification to lower the payment. Oh, okay. So, I'll look into the hardship application. I'm almost certain. Oops, sorry, y'all. I'm almost certain that the application is probably going to be stupid and people ain't going to understand it. So I will take a look at that modification application and just see. Because some of y'all may need to lower y'all payments, especially some of those people who went and got way too much money because they were lying on their application. Okay, so let me just say that. So if you're one of those people, you got larger payments than you thought, you should do just like Ms. Boss said and do you a modification to lower your payment. Okay. Kyra says, my school closed while I sat in the classroom. Damn, you can fill out. I would tell you to do both. You can do a closed school loan discharge. That is one form, closed school loan discharge. That actually gives you your money back. You can also do the borrower's defense form. Those are two separate applications. If I were you, Kira, I would call student aid and I would ask them, would they prefer you do the borrower's defense or the closed school or both? Okay. Both of them seem to fit your situation, but one is supposed to give you money back and one is just to discharge your loans. So let's find out what they tell you. Okay. And send me a message when you get your answer, but get both of those, closed school loan discharge and the borrower's defense. Anybody got any questions? Just send me an email. The email link is in the bio. Okay. Let me see what y'all saying. It said, if it's over 200K, there's additional paperwork required and cannot be done online. And the reason why, Ms. Boss, is because if it's over 200K, I am sure it's going to take more paperwork because of of your business credit. And because the IRS, not the IRS, the SBA knows over a certain amount of money, if you're not trying to pay them back or get them some money back, they probably looking to come and take some of your assets. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was a little bit more money, but I'm glad that they are giving that to everybody. So let me tell y'all why I really, what I want to talk about tonight really quick. And this is actually, I'm going to make a video on it to be a little bit more detailed, but I am, y'all know I make all kind of videos. I love to do research, and I love to report stuff that you are not going to hear about online or through the news. Now, how many of you have heard of Clear? When you go to the airport, you guys have heard of Clear. You get through the line quicker. You know, you go and you give them all your information. They verify who you are. And then once you get that Clear stamp, you now can catch your plane much quicker and you don't have to wait like everybody else. Okay, so I know some of you are probably familiar with Clear. Okay. See, Nicola's asking for someone, how does the person get their credit clear if someone purchases a house in their name? Ooh, Nicola. All right, let me tell you that before I keep going, before I finish on Clear. That's a good question. Nicola says, how do you get your credit clear if someone purchased a home in your name? The best way to get anything clear from your credit is a police report. So, Nicola, if a person got a home in their name, that tells me there was a serious issue of mortgage fraud. If the person knows or doesn't know who it is, it doesn't even really matter. All they need to do is to prove to the police that they do not have that mortgage. And they should be able to easily prove that because whomever you got the mortgage from should come back with some paperwork, some signatures, probably a copy of ID. It probably has a copy of some tax returns, and they should be able to give it to you. It's your file if you are the one who got that mortgage. So if you find that it's not yours, do a police report for identity theft. Once you get that police report for identity theft, you will then dispute your credit with that police report for that specific item, that mortgage. You tell them that you're a victim of identity theft and you want it removed per FCRA 605B. You don't even have to say all that. You could just turn in the police report and say you want it removed for being inaccurate, and that should be enough. It should come off in 3 to 4 days. That's what the law says, but I can tell you that it's not going to happen. You are going to wait. Maybe, Nicola, they're probably going to be denied and told that the information is correct. Even if they do say that, you then can move on to the next step, which is then to go to the mortgage company and or the bank to get more proof. The police should be doing their investigation because they usually take mortgage fraud very seriously. They usually also can move that on to federal if they choose, because that's a federal thing. So if somebody really did this in your or in that person's name, they will not get away. They don't play when it comes to the big banks, okay? They don't care if it's you, me, or somebody else, but the big banks, that's when they jump into action, okay? So that is how you're going to handle that, all right? I want to know if I can get a date with you. I bet you I even know who this is. And I'm not even going to say nothing. I just know that your name tells me that that's exactly what you're going to be doing. Fed time, that's exactly what you should be looking for. So if I think I know who you are, I'm not even going to say nothing. I'm just going to leave that alone. Phenomenal says, my boyfriend filed myself and daughter that's at a household and self-employed and did ID verify and still processing since March. Well, if you have not called IRS to find out why, I can tell you right now that most people who file their taxes late, IRS automatically thinks something's wrong, and that is a red flag. So you could just be stuck in the review process. It could be stuck in review for many reasons. One, because he never claimed you guys before. Two, he never claimed a child before. Three, you always worked and claimed the child, but now somebody else. It could be any little thing that can trigger the IRS to make them want to do a little bit more investigation. I will tell you, they are still sending out letters telling people, hey, your taxes are wrong. You owe us money. You need to send in additional documentation. So please don't think you are alone. I got a text today. Someone asked me to resend their taxes to them because the IRS is giving them a hard time. So I would tell you to call them. That's the best thing you can do to find out the reason why you have not gotten your return. But if it is something new, if your boyfriend did something that you guys normally don't do, I can promise you that is more than likely the reason your taxes are being held up, because the IRS hasn't seen anybody file that way before. They do pay attention to trends. And if you change the trend, that's when they think it's fraud. Okay, so let's get back to Clear. Clear. So Clear, remember I said Clear is where you can go through the airport. and you get right on through because they verified your information, right? So most of y'all probably know that Clear. But the Clear that you guys do not know about is that same company, Clear, is selling your information. Maybe some of mine too, but I stay on top of removing my information. But if you are not aware, there are companies out there called data brokers. And data brokers, their whole job is to scour the internet. Okay, they don't even really do it. Computer systems do it, but the computer systems do it, and the computer systems will search the internet and get information from utility companies. So that's cable, light, phone, DMV records, public records, anything dealing with your home. If you have a court case, those things are public record. Anything that happens in court, it's public record. As long as if it's federal, it's still public, but it's harder to get access to. So anything that you guys have done, including your conversations in the chat rooms, Facebook Messenger, all of that is stored by these data brokers and sold to Clear. And what Clear does is, and it doesn't just stop with Clear, but Clear is the biggest perpetrator of this. They actually sell your information to law enforcement. So you guys ever see a case on TV where something will go wrong? It may be someone, injured a lot of people. Okay, I'm not going to say the keywords to get the page shut down, but if something happens, right? Little mass, stuff going on outside. The police always seem to know your neighbors. They always seem to know or know where to find your manifesto. They seem to know everything about you in the event when you become a target, when you're on the law enforcement's radar. Well, there's a reason for that, because Clear actually has a portfolio of every single one of us. It is called a 360 report on all of us. Not only does it tell everything about you and I, it also tells everything about your boyfriends, your mamas, your cousins, your neighbors, individuals you bought or purchased your house from, people that you used to associate yourself with, individuals that you've had conversations with too many times in the chat rooms. There is so much that goes on behind the scenes that you guys are not aware of, and I think that you should. Now, I want you guys to take this website so that you can go and see for yourself, because I don't tell you something that I cannot back up. Okay, there's a website called Optery, and I want somebody to type this in for me. Optery. 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 Okay, Optery is free. I'll answer your question on Dipped in Chocolate, but Optery is free. Now you can pay for a service if you choose, but what Optery does is it will send you a report every week. Now, did I tell y'all it was free? Y'all know I love free. It will send you a report every week that lets you know where they found your information online. Now, the reason I'm bringing this to y'all is because I got 40-page reports. 40 pages, okay? That's 200 pages of nothing but all my business. And it came from 225 different websites. Now, didn't I say it was 200 pages? And it came from 225 different websites. So I am encouraging you guys, please follow, like, and share, and all that good stuff. Please go to Optery, sign yourself up, and go and see, and just wait until you get the report. Give it like a week. Give it a week or two. It will send you so much information about yourself. You guys are going to have a fit. Okay? Now, the reason that I'm telling you guys this is because there are sick, demented individuals out there, okay? Other than these marketing companies that are tracking you down. But now y'all know why they target y'all. Now you know why they know what you're doing, who you talking to, the type of food you like to eat. It's not just your searching history. Now, your search history is also included in this 360 report. The Clear 360 report we cannot see unless we are law enforcement, FBI, Secret Service, regular police, sheriff, all of that. Okay. I think it's messed up. But just like there's a 360 report on us, there's a 360 report on them too. Now, Let me tell y'all some of the things that y'all can do about this. On Optory, if you choose, you can pay for them to remove your information. They remove it automatically if you pay them a monthly fee. But here's what happens. Your information is going to come right back, because a lot of us are not going to disappear. We're not closing down our TikToks. We're not going to stop our YouTubes and Facebooks. So you may find your information this week. It'll be deleted next week. But in a month from now, it'll be right back. So I suggest get the free Optory account. Wait till you get your reports. And in those reports, it tells you how to remove yourself. But what you're going to have to do is put yourself on a schedule every 3 months, every 6 months, and you're going to need to go through those sites and remove yourself at least once or twice a year. Now, I know it sounds like a lot of work. You can pay Optory to do that. But you guys do need to be aware, because they are selling information about you and you're not getting paid. They're giving all your information about you, and some of it is not correct. And I don't want anybody passing out information about me and it's not true. Okay, I don't want somebody to put on my page that my cousin is Jeffrey Dahmer, and it's not. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these reports are wrong. Another thing, if you guys are victims of domestic violence, if you guys are individuals that you change your last name because you got married and now you're divorced, or if you're an individual who's a trans person and you change your name because you're a guy, now you're a girl, did you know that Clear also identifies you as a risk? So if you go and you do things like change your name, you get issued a new social security number, you are now considered high risk, and you will, W-I-L-L in all caps, have a very hard time obtaining credit. All right. So y'all know I talk about CPNs and all those types of things all the time. And I always like to show y'all how what I'm telling you about the CPNs is true, because the same thing is happening here. If an individual changes their identity, they get a new social security number. It's the same thing as an individual who is, who's creating a CPN. It is a made up number, a new identity, and you're basically using it. Yes, ma'am, Violet. I thought the same thing. I felt like Optory is blackmailing people, but actually, I would say, yes, it probably is. It's fear mongering, right? And that's because people don't want to know that, hey, you guys are being followed. Everything that you're doing is being monitored and watched. Nobody wants to believe that, okay? But you are. Jesus ain't the only one just looking, okay? Big Brother's looking too. The only way you're going to find out that they're looking at you is when you become a threat. Now, let me also let you guys know, anybody in here, y'all support a cause and y'all want to get out there and protest? Well, honey, guess what? Clear puts that in your report as well. Ladies, if you happen to have an abortion, that's in your report. Now, I thought we had HIPAA violation laws. I thought we had, HIPAA protection laws. Well, guess what? None of that matters in that report. It clearly gives two options: for an abortion or for an individual that's self-aborted. So I don't know what that has to do with anybody's criminal behavior, but it's in there. Okay. If you are homosexual, LGBTQ, and all of them other alphabets, guess what? It's considered risky behavior. That's on your Clear report. Now, I'm not telling y'all to go call up all of y'all police friends and asking them to pull y'all up. Now, if they do, let me know, because I need one run on me too. Okay. But I just want y'all to know that basically law enforcement is getting your whole life about you for about $30 per pull. Okay. So it's not a credit report, but they know everything about. That's how they know where you lived. That's how they know when you wrote that letter, your manifesto of all the people you were going to take out, like the guy in Chesapeake. They found immediately that day the where he wrote why he did it and who he didn't like. How the hell are they finding all this? I know how. Clear. Okay. So the site is called Optory, Optery. Make sure y'all go there. I know y'all gonna be like, girl, yes. 225 data brokers are selling y'all information left and right. And I promise you, you're going to be looking and you're going to be like, that's not even me. That's not my name, nothing. Oh, I'm a big old red flag too. I was looking at some of that stuff and I'm like, man, if you know, it's like LexisNexis, but it's even deeper than LexisNexis. Okay. And if you guys don't know what LexisNexis is, LexisNexis is another company that keeps information on us. But see, this is what's so smart about the government. They're only going to let you know of the ones that you can opt out of. They don't let you know shit about the ones that you can't opt out of. So LexisNexis, you can get a report. It's about 200 pages as well. But let me tell you this. If you dispute what LexisNexis has, it's only going to make a change on LexisNexis. It will not affect anything else. So in order to remove yourself from Optory and all these sites, you're going to have to remove yourself or pay Optory. Can you remove yourself from Clear? You cannot. And as a matter of fact, when you go and you do those things at the airport, you're giving them you're even voluntarily giving them more of your information. I'm not telling people not to. I mean, we're going to be monitored anyway, but I'm just letting you know that when you do things like that, you're giving them more access to your private information that you may not even want exposed, but it is now. Okay. All right. That's why the corporate come every time I get pulled. I'm telling you. And let me tell y'all, if you guys are business owners, and I know a lot of y'all are business owners on here, I'm a matter of fact, and if y'all curious, I will let y'all read it. I just read a 23 report class action lawsuit against Clear. And I could not believe that if you are black, brown, Hispanic, or you have a certain religion like Muslim or something like that, your score is up. So there's a lot of us that we have scores that we don't even know about. There are scores that will predict if you're risky. So if you are a person, you smoke weed, you smoke cigarettes, you have sex, you have lots of sex, you have STDs. Now, and I'm saying that, and I'm going to tell you why. Because there's a report for all of the prescriptions you get. But I bet y'all didn't know that. There is. And you can actually get this report yourself. Okay. So if you go and you get a lot of prescriptions, ladies, y'all getting them Plan Bs, somebody knows. Okay. Clear knows. And they're definitely telling everybody that you are high risk. Now, we would think that that should have nothing to do with how we live our each and every day lives, but it does. Do y'all know that credit is determining your characteristic? Your credit score determines the character of who you are. So if you have these scores that are super high on Clear, and every report has some form of a score to measure who you are. These are the things you guys need to be, knowing about, because this is probably why some of y'all can't get a loan at the bank. This is why some of y'all ain't getting credit cards. This is why some of y'all have issues with law enforcement, because maybe you're being, mixed up with somebody else, or maybe you're associated with someone that by default, just because they were your neighbor and it showed up on your Clear report, now you are being hassled. So this is the type of stuff y'all just need to be aware of. Okay. Optory, Optery. So please go to Optory. I'm telling y'all gonna be mind blown when y'all look at 225 different websites that have been keeping stuff on y'all. Now, let me tell y'all something too. Out of those 225 websites are police sites, mugshot websites. Now, it is illegal. Not in all 50 states. I don't even know how many states we got. 50 something, okay? It is not illegal in all states. But in at least 20 states, if your mugshot has been copied from the original arresting agency and now has been placed on different websites, you can request in writing that they remove it from the site in 10 days. If they do not, you, my friend, have a $1,000 lawsuit. Now, if you're smart, you will go and get you a lawyer. You're going to have some pain and suffering. You're going to have some emotional distress. And that 1,000 going to be 10,000. All right. So this is just because it's a lot of us out there got some records. So if you got a record, and you done changed your life, you're trying to do something new, get your face off of all those mugshot sites. There's no need for it to be there. And according to the state you live in, it's illegal to have them reposted. I know for sure Florida, it is absolutely illegal, and a bunch of other states. Now, if y'all need me to look and tell you which states, I will. But please get that. Yes, Queenologist, I am going to do this in a YouTube video for you guys. Because honey, when I saw that report, I just couldn't believe my eyes. Okay. So I just want y'all to know and tell y'all friends, there is nothing that y'all doing under the sun that is private. Y'all thought only God was looking, but it ain't just him. Okay. If you purchase a gun, if you have a criminal record, if you have too many risky behaviors, okay? I don't have to go into some of what those are, but that could be smoking. That could be doing wild and crazy athletics and sports tricks. Anything that makes you risky is something that banks or you know, some people go, oh, I don't want to deal with that person. So what you guys need to do, and I am going to, by next Monday, I will have a list so you guys can go and pull all of your reports that you guys should pull annually. Every 12 months, I pull all my reports because there may be another Shamika Saves out there. It shouldn't be, but there could be. And if somebody's pretending to be me or being associated with me, I ain't letting that person get in the way of me making no money because y'all got me mixed up with somebody else. And it happens, okay? It happens. Did y'all know they are trying to create a law right now that says that when a person is transgender and they change their sex, that they should have a clear and completely new credit file? What? Yeah. So now people going to be changing their sexes around here. They going to say, we ain't doing no more CPNs. We just going to put down that I'm now something else and get a whole new social and start the game all over. So, you know, they're doing some stuff out there, okay? So y'all just make sure that you are who you are and make sure you are who you are on paper because that's what's going to matter because they're going to have so many identities out there soon because everything under the sun is just now seeming like they're going to pass it all. So let me see what y'all saying. How they know about marijuana? Because marijuana, you're in a database. States have to report that to federal. And that stuff can be resold. Okay? I'm telling you, when I saw that they had a list for women who got abortions, I couldn't believe it. I'm thinking, what happened to the HIPAA? There ain't no damn HIPAA. Why? Because they feed into everything. And as soon as you are issued a social security number, you are on clear. Okay? How do I know that you're on clear? Because clear, when you get to search people, they let you search from 1 to 3 digits. Who has a 1 number age that's an adult? No damn body. Only children. So why would this site that just got a multi-million-dollar government contract, why would they be allowed to track kids? Why? Because they want to see everything we do. So as soon as you are issued that social security number, please know that you are being tracked, whether it's by Google, whether it's by Yahoo, whether it's by Facebook. And if y'all think it ain't Facebook, it's absolutely Facebook. Facebook gives them so much damn information. It's crazy. As a matter of fact, Facebook gives them so much of your information that when they pull your clear report, guess what your profile picture is? I'll wait. It's your Facebook picture. They know who you and your friends are. So y'all know when y'all be tagging people on those photos, like let me tag my friend, let me tag my homeboy. That's now considered an associate party, and they will now show up in your clear law enforcement report. Okay? So let me see what questions y'all got. I will make this video again so that y'all know, but I had to bring up clear and I had to bring up Optory. Those are two, these are the things that are going on behind, you know, in the quiet while we all worrying about who's voting for who and student loans this, and y'all not even knowing, they telling all your damn business. And the reason why it's not safe is because what if somebody was after you? They can find you. Can you hide? I bet you any one of y'all can give me your name, your real name, and I can find out who your mama, your cousin, brother, sister, where you live, your phone number, old email addresses. I can find it. And if I can find it, somebody else who really want to find you can find it too. So if you want to be semi-anonymous, which it's going to be completely impossible to do that unless you're living out there with Osama bin Laden in the mountains. And you see, he couldn't even hide. They found his ass with a drone. Okay. So, if you want to be somewhat anonymous, please know that it's going to come with growing pains. Being anonymous means you will not be approved for anything. Anytime you try to do an instant credit approval, you will be denied. Why? Because your information is blocked. They can't verify you. And nobody likes when they can't verify you. They say it's because of fraud, and I say it's because they damn nosy. Okay? But either way, they want to know what you're doing. Okay? Now, I'm going to go back and look at y'all questions real quick. So clear is actually, y'all going to get this. Y'all know the calculators, Thomson Reuters, those calculators that we used to get. The Thomson Reuters and Thomson Reuters, they do taxes. They deal with math. They do anything that's dealing with numbers. Okay? That's who they are. Thomson Reuters owns Clear. Clear does the airport thing that you get and skip the line, but they also do intelligence, okay? And they, on their website, clearly says that we can give you public information, but we can also give you a deep dive of public information that individuals cannot easily find. So that means somebody is doing some damn digging and they're getting information about you. Now, if you don't care, cool. Don't care. Great. But times are crazy. And if you have kids, people that you care about and you love, you're going to want to protect them. And you don't need their job on there. Okay? So I need y'all to think about some things. Y'all going to have to start being smart when y'all going out of town and spending money. You're going to need one card. Okay? Y'all going to have to start doing things so that it is not so easily to track you. Not so easy. Now, your phone number, your cell phone, they got you. But those things y'all have to watch out for. Okay? All right. So very easily, Optory could be involved in all this gang stalking and gaslight. Absolutely. Those places, that chef, that guy that was sending people to gaslight folks, he was getting the information not from Optory. He was getting it from the 225 data brokers. Those people are who are illegal because they are selling information about us and we don't get $1. But if you got a class action lawsuit, you got a lawsuit, you've been sued, you've been in a car accident, you've been arrested. They even have your live call records. Live call records. Did I say live? I said live. They have so much stuff on you, it's crazy, okay? That's Clear. Optory is the other one that has information that's being sold about you as well, okay? All right, so let me see what y'all saying. What about Ohio? I don't know. What about Ohio? I am from Florida, and this doesn't matter what state you're in. All of this information is the same. Would having a medical ID card be considered risky? Absolutely. And the reason it's going to be considered risky is because they did not make it federal. They needed to pass it federally, but they did not. What they did was they said, we punks. We don't want to tell the people in the state what to do, so we're going to let them decide, which is crazy. So states can decide if it's legal or illegal, but the federal government says it's not legal. But remember, Joe Biden is trying to change that. But it doesn't matter if he changes that or not. People in their mindset are already going to think what they think about people who smoke weed. Okay? You can call it medical marijuana, weed. Okay? That's all they're going to think of it. Reefer, weed. They're going to think what they think. But yes, it is considered to be risky. Why? Because most people smoke their weed out of tobacco. Tobacco's risky. Smoking weed is risky. Why? Because you might got to go in the hood and buy it. You might have to, you smoking a substance. You know what I'm saying? So there are a lot of things that are risky that you might not even think is risky. Women, I don't want to go there with all our things that they consider to be risky, but there are. Okay, we buying stuff and we returning too many things. Risky. They have a report for returns. Yes. So if you're making too many returns, you will get caught. That is how people are getting caught, because the data, they are analyzing the data. Okay, that's why you can't beat the system. You can get in there and play around with it, but you ain't going to beat it because they are just capturing everything. Okay, that's why. Okay, and my last thing I'm going to say, this explains why people who commit fraud They are always caught with 75 ATM cards, 75 ID driver's license, because they know they can't be one person and doing all this. They have to be several people because they got to confuse the clear system. Okay? Now, I'm going to see what questions y'all got, and then I'm going to be done. I'm going to shut my mouth, okay? I live life under my business. That's great, Miss Inspiring Word, because I live life under my business. But honey, it doesn't even matter. Your business is associated with you. So when you, matter of fact, go on Optory, sign yourself up on the free plan. Your business will show up in one of your reports, and it's going to link your business and you together. So even if you try to live under your business, you can't even escape because you still had to sign up with your social at some point. That is why when people do the DUNS, they turn in that EIN, and y'all know when you do the EIN, you turn it in your social. So you're really not running away. They're just making it longer to catch you. That's all. Saying you cannot avoid it unless you are going to completely have a brand new identity, which people are doing easily with CPNs. Okay. That's why I don't know anybody. And you know what's crazy? I don't even know half the people that showed up in my report, but you know why they put them as friends? Because I bought a home from them. I bought a car from them because I had a title exchange that I purchased a car from somebody. That person now showed up as an associate. That's crazy. So you could be associated or affiliated with somebody just because you tagged them in a picture. They ain't even got to be your friend. So, unfortunately, there is no way to avoid any of this. The only thing that you can do is become aware. Why? Because now I don't want to take no pictures and tag nobody, especially somebody that I think is less than me, because I'm not going to have y'all show up in my clear report. Now I look at everybody like, you're not going to show up in my clear report. And that's exactly how I'm looking at you now. And, and I look back and I wish I thought this 5 years ago, because there's a lot of people I would not have associated myself with because now they're on my clear report. Okay, get ready. It's going to be on y'all's too, probably. And they're going to come up on Optory. You'll see that too. Wait, what's wrong with returning? There's nothing wrong with returning. But when you return too many times, you become a high-level fraud risk. There is a fraud ring of individuals who steal items and sell them to people as new. People who steal items and then return them to companies like Amazon, because Amazon's return policy is very, very easy. So a lot of people just rescan that same barcode, and they return these items to Amazon. They put rocks in the boxes, y'all, and they sending them back to Amazon and getting a full refund, and it ain't nothing in the box but rocks. Okay, so people are doing this. So that is why they have now said we're going to make a report for people who make returns. And if you don't believe me, catch me next Monday. I promise I will have a list y'all can get. I'll put it in my bio so y'all can get it yourself. It's a real list that you will see. Even if you rent a lot of video games. Boys, mamas with the boys, guys, y'all rent a lot of video games? That's in a report too. Did you know that? And they're going to talk about what types of games. Because if you're getting Grand Theft Auto, baby, you're a high risk. Okay? Now, if you're getting in an NBA, 2K, whatever, maybe not. But certain things that have weapons, drugs, violence, you're high risk. And they are judging you based off of your choices. They judge you based off of the movies you rent, y'all. Okay? I know it sounds crazy. I know it's not, it ain't the end of the world yet. But y'all definitely gonna need to start making some smarter moves. I feel like we need to be two people. The good us and the bad us. And the bad us is the one that has the fake social, and the good us has the regular social, because they knowing too much stuff. Okay? All right, let me see what y'all saying. Yes, they do. I work for Amazon. I'm telling you, girl, I be reading them cases left and right. Them people are crazy. And because of stuff like that with Amazon is why we have reports now. And they are looking at everything you do. And if you send too many things back, you will be rejected. No more refunds for you. You have to wait a certain period until so much time has passed, and then you can start making returns again. See, I know y'all think I'm making this up, but I ain't. Slowly start watching what's going on. If y'all don't believe me, look at Airbnb. They cut about half of every damn body talking about you can't have no criminal records. Why does that matter? I could see if somebody was a renter with a criminal record, but why would somebody who had got caught with marijuana be removed from Airbnb? That shouldn't matter. But how did they get that information? How y'all think? That's how y'all know, because I told you. Y'all didn't give Airbnb that y'all thought the right to go and look through y'all stuff, but they did. And you can try to be a sovereign citizen. I don't have nothing against people who want to do that, but I'm just going to tell you, going against the grain is a lot of work. If a person chooses to be a sovereign citizen, that is more power to you. I'm not messing with it because I need my benefits, okay? And when you become a sovereign citizen, you don't get to take the right to use anything. You're a sovereign citizen, give up your Social Security benefits. You're a sovereign citizen, give up your VA benefits. Give up those food stamps. So you can't have it both ways. I play what I like to call the long game. And the long game is preparing. Now that I know my information is being out there, now I know that, twice a year, I need to go through and scrub all these reports to remove as much of my stuff as possible and or dispute it. Because if you're going to have my information up there, I'm going to need you to at least be right. And let me tell y'all, I found out that somebody created a whole new email I knew nothing about if it wasn't for Optory. There are, especially if you have a social media presence, baby, there are so many people that want to be you. So they can steal money from your followers. Okay, so I found that somebody created an email address I never had. Okay, so you think I'm not going to go in there and remove it? Absolutely. Okay, this report is the clear report. We're talking about LexisNexis report. We're talking about the Optory reports. And we're talking about data broker websites because your information is all over those sites. And if y'all have not checked out my YouTube, because my YouTube is the same name. My last video, I told y'all to go and start pulling your paper credit reports. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. Now that we are going to go into this new FICO 10, okay, this new FICO 10, and if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, go to my page. And I'm going to tell y'all, this new FICO 10 is going to require the credit bureaus to monitor 36 months of your past history versus 24 months. Why I want to give them one more year of my damn business, especially if I couldn't pay my bills then. So now a lot of people are going to see a jump in this score or a decrease. It won't take place until now. We have how much time do we have left? I have to look at I think we got until next year. Now, the FICO 10T, and I'm going to let y'all go after this. The FICO 10T is basically their way of monitoring your 36 months of your credit history and then giving you a score based off of that. They feel that it's being more fair. Well, I feel it's a crock of crap, and you're trying to use a time when a lot of people were struggling. Let's go back 3 years and tell me what year we were at. Most of the people were just coming out of COVID. Okay, so do y'all really expect people's credit to be good 3 years back versus 2 years ago? I wouldn't want them going back that far. I mean, that's exactly what they're doing. Now, they needed to test this out to see if it was going to be successful before they deploy FICO 10T. And let me tell y'all gave them the ammunition they needed to use this FICO 10T. How many of you guys have Experian Boost? I'm going to wait. I know a lot, almost probably all of y'all have Experian Boost. It's a trade line. It's something that'll easily boost your score. Have y'all ever wondered why Experian was the only one that did the boost and not Equifax and not TransUnion? Why? Because Experian needed to go into your bank accounts for the past 3 years so that they could get that boost. So some people got a 6-point boost, some people got a 20-point boost, some people got more, some people got less. But that's because it's based off of 3 years back of you paying your telecom, your utility bills. So Experian Boost was the first program to try out this new 36-month credit reporting we're going to go to. Okay? Now, I hope y'all are tracking and hope y'all are following me. If you are not, please go to my YouTube. I do break this down for y'all because this is going to be important. Why? Because there are a lot of us that have dreams of buying stuff with our credit. Okay, but if your credit ain't giving you a chance to be great, how are you ever going to get ahead? If y'all are not seeing that the divide between the rich and the poor is getting bigger, then something's wrong with you. Okay, and that's exactly what I'm here to expose, is to let y'all know what's really going on. Okay, we can't fight everything, but I would love to at least be educated on as much as I can. So if you have Experian Boost, you have helped this FICO 10T come. I have it. I tried it. I knew what I was getting into when I got it. I wanted to see how much of a boost that I would get. But it wasn't until FICO 10T came out that I go, so they basically tricked us into trying out a program because they wanted to see how it would go before they released FICO 10T. I'm telling y'all, they playing on us. All right. Sounds like I need to get me a CPN. Well, all I'm going to say is I am not a big fan of CPNs, but I do understand why people get them. And not everybody is getting them because they're trying to rip off the government, although that's what the government wants you to think. Some people need them because, well, let's go back to the people who are transgender. Why should, not transgender, look at the people who have victims of the domestic violence. A domestic violence person who changed their name for the safety now is considered a high risk. They're better off getting a CPN. Why? Because I don't want to mess up my ability to get loans in the future, because every time the banks pull my name, they're going to see that, this person was this person like 2 years ago, and now that's too much. And they will do it. Okay. They say Walmart does it too. I'm telling you, they be all in our business. Y'all just got to be mindful. Okay, mindful of what y'all are doing. So I'm gonna run these reports, and I'm gonna put the link in my thing for y'all next week. If y'all are curious and y'all just gotta know tonight, send me a message. I promise I will send y'all the link, and y'all can go to the government website yourself, so you know the girl ain't lying. Okay, these reports will tell you how many times you've been unemployed. These reports will tell you how many times you've been evicted. These reports will tell you how many times you had car accidents, how many times you changed insurance, how many email addresses you have, how many times you done been to jail. It will tell you neighbors that you have forgotten. How many of y'all have ever gone through a federal background check? Baby, they need all the business. And it better match with that Clear and what LexisNexis has. Okay, it's the same thing. So I want y'all to go and get these free reports. Go and order them and review them. And if they are not right, dispute them. It's no different than your credit. All of it plays into your credit score. And if you don't believe me, go to China. Okay? Everything in China, everything they do, every breath they take, how they chew their food, how they swallow, how they get along with people, how they cross the street, if they say hi or if they shoot a bird, those things all play into their social credit score. And whether we want to believe it or not, we are going there, guys. We are just doing it way slower, but we are under the same amount of surveillance that they are. They just have cameras everywhere, and our cameras are just inside of our computers. Okay, so I'm gonna see what y'all saying, and I'm gonna go because it's 8 o'clock. All right, so Optery, Optery, make sure y'all go there. Please sign up just for the free report and wait till they send you your reports, and you will see exactly what I'm talking about. Clear is the individuals at the airport, but they are also a company that sells all of your information to law enforcement. And I mean all of your information that you will never be able to see unless you know somebody in law enforcement that can pull a report. And you probably got to slide them $30 because they get charged for everything that they pull. If they just want to do a name search, an address search, who your friends are, all of those things are $5, $2, $3. So on average, it's $30 to $45 per person. So if you gonna have them pull you, you better make sure you slide them some money because they're gonna have to explain it to their bosses, okay? But Clear is the report that most of us are not supposed to see. And the reason I found out about Clear is because there's somebody in the real estate market who was bribing an FBI agent to give him information on minorities so that he could talk minorities out of their homes and give them $10,000 when they were living in $1 million places. But because they were so ignorant and did not know, and they thought, damn, this man knows everything about me. He is so nice. He was using Clear to learn about these people, and he targeted them illegally. So if he can do it, somebody else can do it, and they can also do it to you. All right. Freezing your credit reports are great. That is only the tip of the iceberg. There are so many more reports. I'm going to run them down real quick. Now, okay. PRBC, LexisNexis, Core Logic, Credco, of course, TransUnion, Experian, Equifax, but you also do not forget Enovis. That is the fourth credit bureau nobody knows about. Then, if you are concerned about any of your utilities, guys, change your utilities into your business name. There is nothing that says that you cannot do it, and it builds business credit. It is completely legal. All you got to do is have hopefully you would have an actual LLC or a corporation. But if you have a fictitious name, yeah, they'll let you do it, but it's still just tied to you. The reason I suggest you get utilities in your business name is because if the power goes out, who always gets their utilities connected first? Businesses. So that's one way to build your credit and also get preferential treatment over residential customers. Okay. LexisNexis is another report you can freeze. Whether y'all know it or not, Experian and TransUnion, they have TLO, and Experian has Experian rent, something like that. But they'll put down your rental history. There are return reports. There are pharmacy reports. Yes, pharmacies compile your information. Okay, it goes into a system, and you are judged by the type of pills you take. So they don't have to know if you risky by looking at you. If you have HIV medication, they're going to make decisions based off of your prescriptions. And now that's not no shade. That's just the truth. Okay. So I am going to get these lists of reports for y'all. So if, like I said, if y'all need to know them tonight, link is in the bio. Please send me a message. I'll send you the website. If not, I'll have them ready for you guys next Monday where y'all can get them. But please, 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 please freeze your information. Delete it. It is not just for us. We got kids out there. We got daughters and these crazy men out here. We need to protect our daughters. Now, we need to protect our sons too. But our daughters are way more vulnerable out there these days. Protect this information. Y'all wondering why people finding y'all for drive-bys? They finding you right online. Okay? So, as always, if y'all have any questions for me, please let me know. I never signed up for Experian Boost, but I know it will affect me. Yeah, Experian Boost will affect you. It will give you a nice boost in points. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But Experian Boost is also going into your bank. And they are looking through 36 months of your not banking history, of your bill paying history from your utilities. And that is what they give the boost on. Now, if you don't mind, fine. Just people need to know that. That's my issue. Do whatever you want, but please be honest. Mandy says, can jobs look up these reports to affect their clearance for a job? A job can look up this report. Good question. So if you are a person that you need a security clearance or something like that, they absolutely can look you up. LexisNexis is their first line of defense. That is where they go first. That is usually where they compare the background reports when they do federal background. So if you guys are government employees or y'all trying to go overseas and you need a security clearance, they usually start with LexisNexis. After that, if it gets deeper, clear. So yes, they pay attention to everything. Okay. And yes, it's called red line discrimination, but guess what? What can we do about it? The only thing we can do is do a class action lawsuit to see if we can make these people stop. And that'll probably be for 10 years because they got a government contract. And if they got a government contract, we already know whose side the government on. And I'm going to say this and I'm going to let you go. Anytime the government gives someone a contract, especially for contracts like this where they're doing information security, data analytics, the government gives someone else a contract because the people don't have to abide by the same rules as the government. So the government doesn't want to be sued, but they'll let you sue the company. So the government knew what they were doing when they hired Clear to manage all of our information. They knew, but they said we need a contractor because we, the government, we don't want no problems. But you can sue the hell out of them. We don't care. But while y'all suing them, they still going to be giving us y'all information. And no, you cannot order a copy of your Clear report. All you can do is ask someone in law enforcement if they can pull the report for you. Okay. All right. So it's after 8. Thank y'all very much. And yes, girl, global entry. I'm telling you, I said I ain't doing that TSA pre-check. I ain't doing that Clear. I ain't doing none of that. If y'all want my info, y'all just have to look me up. Okay. Well, I love y'all. Y'all have a wonderful week. Please send me a message. Y'all have any questions. about student loan, the borrower's defense, all of that. Y'all know I try to bring y'all other stuff besides just the student loan, because there's way more stuff going on in this world besides Joe Biden and, trying to get these loans. Okay, we trying to get our credit cleaned up, but they messing up our life by talking about us on the Clear Report. But anyway, yes, Optery, Optery. Okay, Optery. Please go and check yourself out. You are going to be very curious of what they say about you. All right, see y'all next time. Bye.